Avengers!
In 2019, Avengers Endgame marked the peak of the MCU, bringing together every superhero for an epic, universe-wide battle.
The best thing about Marvel, they have this kind of baked-in-the-cake fan base because of the amazing work that came before these films.
But after Endgame, Marvel faced a major challenge. Both Iron Man and Captain America were gone. For the first time in over a decade, the MCU had a fresh start. In just 3 years, Marvel released 10 movies and 10 miniseries, but it feels like the content lacks direction. For years, Marvel carefully developed their core heroes, especially Iron Man and Captain America. Tony Stark started as a reckless billionaire.
All right, I think we got this. Send them all.
But we watched him grow, struggling with his selfish nature. His arc was all about learning to put others first, from his selfless act of flying a nuke through a portal in The Avengers to making the ultimate sacrifice in Endgame.
And I am Iron Man.
Meanwhile, Steve Rogers was the opposite. He always wanted to sacrifice himself for a greater cause. Over time, he transformed into a true leader, so the heart of the Avengers. With Iron Man and Captain America gone, Marvel needed new lead heroes, like Falcon. At the end of Endgame, Steve handed him the shield, but could Falcon truly fill Captain America's shoes? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier tried to explore this, giving us a look at Falcon's personal life and inner struggles. The problem? The show focused more on Steve Rogers than Falcon himself. When he finally accepts the shield, it feels abrupt, like the decision was made off-screen. Even in his own show, Falcon still felt like a side character. Post-Endgame, the MCU introduced new heroes like Shang-Chi, the Eternals, and the Marvels. But with so many characters, it feels like Marvel is prioritizing quantity over quality. Before Endgame, Marvel centered its universe around 6 core Avengers, making it easy to get invested in their stories. Now, there's no clear leader, no Iron Man to propel the story forward, no Captain America to unite the team. The issue isn't that the new characters lack potential. Shang-Chi, for example, had a strong character arc, evolving from a runaway teen to a determined hero ready to confront his past. But his story hasn't connected with the rest of the MCU. Since his movie in 2021, other films and shows haven't even referenced him. One of the MCU's greatest strengths was its interconnected universe, where characters crossed over, leading to dynamic interactions and relationships. The rivalry between Iron Man and Captain America was a perfect example. Their constant clashes, from their leadership struggles to civil war, made for compelling storytelling. These moments built emotional investment, making scenes like Spider-Man's tearful goodbye to Tony Stark hit even harder. After Endgame, the MCU has struggled to recreate that interconnected magic. Many of the new heroes feel isolated, like they're in separate universes. But superheroes aren't the only issue. The MCU also needs a strong villain to unite the story. Thanos was teased as early as the first Avengers movie, with years of setup leading to Infinity War and Endgame. Now, the new central villain, Kang, has only appeared in one film, with no clear ties to the larger MCU. Without a strong villain, there's no real reason to rally behind the heroes. The big question remains, can the MCU ever recapture the magic of Endgame? Or will every new release leave audiences wondering, what's the point?
Assemble.